Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to SAP MDG Live DEMO. This is for the batch going to start on 17th August. In today's class, we are going to discuss what is a master data and what are the various challenges of master data and how MDG came into the picture and what SAP delivers as part of MDG solution. After that, we'll go through the course curriculum, what are the course highlights, and what is the learning platform, and we'll have a system walkthrough. Then we'll have a Q&A session. So this is the agenda of today's demo. Now, let's start with understanding of master data. So what is the master data and what are the various industry challenges in handling the master data and how MDG can overcome these challenges? Those are we are going to discuss now. For understanding master data, I am taking a simple example of an iPhone. So Amazon sells so many products. Out of all those products, I consider one particular product called iPhone 12 Pro Max. So the selling price for this is, let's assume that 1 lakh INR. Let's say almost 1,000 customers purchased this product. When 1,000 customers purchase, the total, the seller get around 10 crores, which is including the profit as well. Let's assume that there is some error in the data. The price has been updated instead of 1 lakh INR as 60,000 INR. Now, let's take the same scenario of 1,000 customers. This time, they make revenue of 6 crores. Now, this time, there is some error, and because of that error, there is a difference in the overall revenue. Now, we don't know what is the actual price. We consider this scenario, and the total loss is around 4 crores. Now, whatever seller is getting, so everything won't go to the seller. Seller has to pay something to the Amazon, and the rest of the amount will go to the seller. Now, out of these 4 crore, let's say the loss to seller is around 3 crores. And maybe loss to Amazon is 1 crore. So how Amazon will get loss? Because there will be a percentage of share to the Amazon out of all the products. So the percentage will obviously get reduced. Now, this whole issue come into the picture when there is a difference in the data item price. Now, let's take another scenario. This time, the error is not in the data, not in the price. Price is listed correctly, but the color is not listed correctly. Instead of blue, it is listed as gray. When the customer visits the Amazon portal, they see the mobile as iPhone 12 Pro Max gray color variant 256 GB for 1 lakh INR. But what is the actual color of this mobile? Blue. Now, customer thinks that, okay, this is the gray color mobile. Okay, let's purchase that. Now, customer purchase that. They pay the amount. And the item will be delivered to the customer. When customer receives the product, so he or she opens that and checks the mobile. Then they find this is not the gray color, this is the blue color. Because in the database, it is blue actually. But it was listed incorrectly due to some error or something. Will there be any loss to Amazon or seller? Nothing. Simply, Customer will request for the replacement. Then next time Amazon delivers the actual color blue. Okay, only the shipping charges to be extra, bear by extra with Amazon. Nothing much. So earlier there was error. This case also there was error, but the loss is different in both the cases. The impact is different. That means when there is some data error, it doesn't mean that always there will be a huge impact on the organization. It depends on where that actual error occurs. What is the deciding factor? What is the data which leads into the error? That is more important. Now, in this context, what are all the various type of data we can observe? First one, seller. Second, customer. Third, the product details. There are some transactions, maybe the order. So order can be sales order, purchase order, and there will be invoice. Once you make the purchase, you will get the invoice. Then the shipping. So I'm not that good at writing. Then delivery. Finally, customer acknowledgement. These are all the various types of data we could see in that transaction, whether it is a happy transaction or positive or negative. So for each of these data, we need to maintain certain attributes, either at Amazon portal level. For seller has to register into the account, registered into Amazon. While registering, they have to provide some details like the seller name and registered maybe the GST number and seller address, okay, contact details, etc., etc. And same for customer, meaning we need to provide our details like our name, our address, okay, our contact details, etc., etc. For product, the product name and the product price, warranty, product features, okay, the brand name and whatever other details are there. So everything has to be maintained for the product. So once these three are in place, then the transactions can start happening. So customers will purchase the product, and with that, the transactions will get started. Sales order, purchase order, and customer purchase any product, then the sales order and purchase orders will be generated in the backend. And once they make the payment, invoice will be generated. And once the order is successfully placed, then the shipping will be started. And once the shipping is started, then the delivery will happen later after after a couple of days. Once the delivery is done, and if customer is happy with the product, then the delivery will be acknowledged. So these are the various types of data we could see in that single transaction. Now, out of all these data, which data we are going to frequently maintain, or which data we are going to maintain very rarely? If you take seller, customer, product details, so we register once, either seller or customer. Not that frequently we change the data. If there is some change in the address or contact details or some other information, very rarely we are going to change our details. Meaning you maintain once, you create once and maintain as and when needed, not that frequently. Same for product also. We usually register the product once, and if there are any discounts or if there is any change in the warranty, or if there is any change in the specifications, if you maintain wrongly, okay, very rarely you are going to change the product details also. But when it comes to the sales orders, purchase order, invoices, everything, sales orders are keep generating, purchase orders are keep generating very frequently. As number of customers are increasing, the number of orders will be getting generated. Similarly, invoices, shipping, delivery, everything. So here, whatever the data we create once and maintain rarely, that is called as master data. And whatever the data here that frequently get generated, that is called as transactional data. Meaning, master data is the core information with which the transactions can be generated. Can you imagine any sales order or purchase order without the product or without customer or without seller? You can't imagine any of these transactions. So the transactions are purely dependent on master data. So that is the power of master data. Now earlier the transactions got affected because of some error on the master data. So error was at two places, one at price and another at color. This is just an example. The error can be at any place. And this is a simple master data. Okay, so I hope now you guys got some some clarity about master data and transactional data. Any questions so far? I know most of the people are from SAP background, so you are very well aware of this one. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, we can now move further. What are the various types of data in SAP? We have seen what is a master data and transaction data at a high level at least. Apart from these two data, we also have different other data in SAP. So you may get a question when we are dealing with MDG, which is mainly about master data. Is it required for us to know about other data? The basis data, organizational data, all these things. Is it really required? Yes, it is required for us because of the dependency levels or the linkages between various types of data. Let's understand. Let's take a small scenario. You purchased a new mobile. And when you purchase the new mobile, can you directly start using that? You cannot directly start using that. First, you need to configure that. Okay, you register or you log in with your email ID, create the account, do the basic settings. Once the basic settings are done, maybe I think you need to configure the Wi-Fi and any voice commands, language specifications, region specifications, etc., etc. You need to set up the passcode, everything. So once everything is done, the core setup is ready. Now, let's assume that you want to send some message to your friend via WhatsApp. Can you directly send the message? No. Even though the configuration is done for your mobile, you can't directly send the messages. You need to install the app called WhatsApp. Once the app WhatsApp is installed, again you can't directly send. You need to register your mobile number in the WhatsApp. Once the WhatsApp setup is done, then you can send a message. But again, for sending the message, you need to have the contact stored. But in the latest version, I see without having the contact also you can send a message. But let's take this scenario. You need to have the contact in your mobile, and then you can start using WhatsApp to send the messages to your friend. Now, let's say my ultimate requirement is use the WhatsApp to communicate or to chat with your friends on your mobile phone. If this is the requirement, what is the series of activities to be done? You need to have a mobile. You need to configure your mobile, meaning the basic setup at least. Then you need to install the WhatsApp. You need to register for the WhatsApp. You need to have the contacts stored in your mobile. Then you can achieve your requirement of chatting with your friend. So there are series of activities to be done and series of configuration to be done to just achieve your requirement of chatting with your friend via WhatsApp. Similarly, here also, let's say customer would like to implement MDG in their environment. When they would like to implement MDG, it's not like simply they can go and implement MDG. They have to configure the core system, core SAP system, whether it is ECC or S4HANA. The basic setup has to be done first. So the respective ECC system is ready or S4HANA system is ready. That is the first thing. Once those are ready, if they want to implement MDG, okay, they have to install MDG application. I will explain more details about what is this MDG application, how it looks like, everything. You just think there is one software component called MDG, which has to be installed to use the MDG, to implement the MDG in the client environment. So first they have to install MDG component. Again, they can't directly use MDG. They have to configure them. Some basic configuration setup is there that they have to do. And even though that configuration is done, they can't directly create the master data or change or whatever. Maybe let's say they want to create a material, they want to change the customer, they want to create the GL account or profit center or equipment function location. They can't directly do that. The relevant configuration has to be there in the system. Okay. Now, once this is done, then they can start using the master data MDG tool. So if you correlate this one with your mobile phone example, setting up the basic mobile phone is nothing but setting up the SAP environment, ECC or S4HANA, and configuring the basic mobile is nothing but configuring the base core system. Next, installing the WhatsApp is nothing but installing MDG software component, and registering your mobile number with WhatsApp is nothing but configuring the MDG software component. So once it is installed, there are certain configuration to be done. Now, creating the contact to chat your friend is nothing but creating the required configuration for material or BP or GL account, whatever, to maintain the master data. So the final requirement is there chatting with your friend via WhatsApp. Here, creating master data or changing master data via MDG. So you can correlate in this way. So in this whole scenario, you can't have MDG standalone. You need to have the course setup, everything has to be done. So in SAP, I hope you guys know, whatever you do, everything will be stored in the form of data in the backend in some table. There are thousands of tables. We may or may not be aware of all the tables. So is it clear so far to everyone? What are those data and how that is important for MDG? The first data is basis data. Basis data is nothing but, I'm making it more simple, the system relevant data. Okay, when you are configuring the system, the basis team has to do certain activities like the client creations and the software installation for SAP and memory management and creating organizing the buffers, maintaining the resources at server level, everything, users creation, all those things will be done by the basis team. And there is a security team who will mainly deal with the authorizations and security. So whatever the configuration those people are doing, basis and security team, that data will be stored in the backend. That is considered as basis data, which is the first and foremost data that will be stored in the system. Next, organizational data. This is like the configuration required to control maintain your master data. For example, let's say you want to create a material. When you want to create a material, you can't directly create that. You need to have the material type, material group, and plant configuration, everything already there in the system. Similarly, if you want to create a business partner, when you want to create the business partner, same, the business partner grouping and the country, okay, company code, purchasing organization, all those things has to be already configured there in the system. Once those are configured, then you can start creating business partner or changing business partner, create material, change material, create jail account or profit center, whatever. So that reference data required to control or to maintain your master data is called as organizational data. Just like the contact to chat with your friend. Now, once these two are in place, then you can start using MDG to maintain the master data. There are various kind of master data in SAP. Out of all master data, SAP has implemented few master data as part of MDG solution. I'm going to discuss what are implemented as part of MDG solution. These are few examples of master data. And once the master data is ready, then the customers can perform the transactions. These are the transactional data. So these are the 4 types of important data that you can see in SAP. Basis data, which is relevant for the system setup. I'm making it more simple. Organizational data, which is the reference data to perform the operations on master data. And master data, the core data, and the transactional data, the customer transactions, which has to be performed on the master data. What are the various challenges we can see with master data? Let's take this environment where the master data is located in various locations. And there are different systems, SAP, non-SAP, etc., etc. Since it is a demo class, I am not going very detailed. I want to give you a high level understanding of MDG. That's the agenda. So when the data is distributed in different legacy systems or different locations, geographical locations, there can be a possibility like the data can be duplicated and data can be incorrect, or maybe some fields are missing, some incomplete data might be there. The data is distributed. So that might lead into the impact, that might get some impact on the business. And when we get the reports, reports also may not be that accurate. because of the incorrect data, duplications, everything. How we can overcome? We can automate that, or we can handle some extra storage with some central database, or we can hire some extra resources to uh, correct all the invalid data. So everything we can do it by spending some extra cost. So these are the various challenges we could see in master data. Now, when those kind of challenges are there, the high level people obviously will get impacted. They have to answer different levels of people. Now, how we can overcome these things? So to overcome that one, SAP came up with a solution called master data governance. Governing master data, meaning whatever master data is there, you can apply some rules on the master data to control that, to make that reliable, to make that consistent, to correct the error data. So, what are the various advantages of having master data? So, this is an overview about master data governance. Okay, how it will help the business, how it will help the clients to have the perfect master data, to have the smooth transactions. MDG enables the business to consolidate and govern master data. Meaning, I'm explaining at high level. You can, let's say, you have your business running in multiple locations. There, in few locations, you are you are having the data or you are running SAP systems, and few you have some non-SAP systems. So when the client would like to implement MDG, so do they require to choose only SAP system or non-SAP? So whatever the source systems are there, whether it is SAP or non-SAP, doesn't matter. That can be integrated and governed using MDG. Meaning you can govern the master data of SAP and non-SAP systems using MDG tool. What kind of master data you need to govern, everything will be depends on the industry and the business. In some businesses, they may be required to govern only mass materials. Some would like to govern suppliers. Some would like to govern customers. Some would like to govern cost center. Likewise, it depends. What are the various master data delivered by SAP? So SAP delivered these master data: material master, business partner, customer master, supplier, contract accounts, internal orders, finance objects like profit center, cost center, GL account, etc., etc. And how about the other solutions that we will discuss shortly? And MDG provides some reusable templates and the frameworks. As you know, whatever delivered by SAP, most of the customers won't use it directly. They customize that one and then use it in their business. Now, how complex it is to customize in MDG? So in MDG, there are some templates provided by SAP for certain scenarios to customize. Let's say, for example, you would like to prepare your resume. In older days, when you have the requirement to prepare your resume, you need to get your resume from your friend and edit that, or you need to do it from the scratch. But nowadays, Microsoft is providing the resume templates in the Word. You can select the required template. You don't need to worry about the design also. You just select the required template and update your details. That's it, done. Similarly, in MDG also, SAP provides some templates and some APIs using which you can the customization will be made easier. SAP also supports solution extensions, meaning here SAP delivered only these solutions for MDG, right? So let's say tomorrow another client comes and they say they want to govern some XYZ master data. Yes, that can be achieved. And there are some select partners in the industry, in the market for SAP. One is Utopia. Utopia is a solution extension partner for SAP. Utopia has implemented a couple of solutions for different master data. One for EAM, Enterprise Asset Management, and second, Article Master, and third, Service Master. Okay. Likewise, these are the few details about MDG, and we will see what are the out-of-the-box solutions delivered by SAP. These are the various solutions delivered by SAP: Material Master, Financial, Supplier and Customer together into Business Partner. And the blue colored ones are by SAP Solex partner Utopia. They have delivered Enterprise Asset Management and RFM Retail and Fashion Management. And there is one more called Service Master. These are delivered by Utopia. Now, how they look like in the system? Let's see. If you look at the version, this is S/4HANA 2022 MDG on S/4HANA on-premise environment. So this is the training environment, and you will be getting access to this system. You don't worry about the transactions, navigations, everything. These things we will discuss later. So these are the various data models. What is a data model and all we can discuss in detail in the regular classes. So these three are the standard data models. One for material, one for business, a business partner, one for finance data. And the remaining are the custom data models, which are discussed during the regular classes and created by the students. So other students created almost 31 data models. So we discuss about custom data model creation also end to end in the regular classes. There are two categories of data models. One is a flex model, one is reuse model. You don't need to worry much about the terminology. So everything we will discuss. So these are the three solutions delivered by SAP. Now, as part of Material Master, you see various types of data. Marcy, everything. Similarly, you could see for business partner and finance. Finance has a different master data, GL account, profit center, cost center, etc., etc. So now, how this is in the backend. How these look like on the UI for the users. So these are the roles assigned. Based on the role, we can govern the respective master data, whether it is GL account or business partner or material or customer, whatever. This is the master role, NWBC. And here you would see various master data: material master data, business partner, customer, okay? And you have financial master data, supplier master data. And at the end, you see there is one governance called ZM. This is the custom UI application, which we created in our regular classes. We have taken material as an example. Okay, we have created the material UI application with some basic attributes. So this is the end-to-end application we will see in the regular classes. Now, let's look at the standard applications. If you take material governance, here you can perform various operations on material master. You can search for the existing material, you can create new, you can change you can mark for deletion, you can do the mass operations, file upload, file download, and these are the change requests, nothing but you can consider or you can correlate with some incidents. And there are some analytics reports you can extract, and the replication when the data is governed in MDG. If you want to send that data to some legacy systems or downstream systems, you can replicate and you can load the master data into MDG. Similarly, you have certain operations for business partner. To search for the business partner, you can do the mass operations, you can create, change existing business partners. You have the change request in boxes again here, nothing but the workflows. You can have the reports and you can do the replication. You can load the master data. Similarly, you have various kinds of operations that can be executed on the master data of various out-of-the-box solutions, the standard MDG solutions, business partner, customer, supplier, material, and finance. This is how the user interface of material master looks like, the MDG looks like. This is NWBC, and we have Fury as well. I think the Fury URL is not configured. There is some issue with the transaction code. Okay, we will see the Fury also in the regular class. So that's all about the introduction to master data, MDG, and out-of-the-box solutions and the system walkthrough. So before getting onto the course curriculum and everything, do you guys have any questions so far? So let's look at the course curriculum and everything. So the regular classes will be started from 17th August. Initially, I thought of 14th, but I got some feedback like since it is a long weekend, it is better to start after 15th August. So I decided to start 17th August. And the class timings would be Monday to Friday, weekdays, morning 7 to 8. And the duration is approximately 3 months, which can cover almost 70 hours of overall training. And myself, the trainer, and I am MDG certified, and I have experience on various industries, on various technologies. And since past 7 years, I've been working on MDG area as an architect. So coming to the course curriculum, I'm not going line by line. It may not be that useful, what I feel. So first we'll start with the introduction to MDG. What is MDG and how it came into the picture, and what are the various use cases, and what are the various user interfaces, how you can implement MDG. So for implementing MDG also, there are various options, and what kind of various data we have in MDG, and how the backend layer and MDG layer, meaning ECC or S4 layer and MDG layer, can be integrated, how the data can be shared across different layers, and what are the various out-of-the-box solutions, and what can be achieved, what cannot be achieved in MDG. All those will be covered in the first unit. Second unit, baseline configuration. Let's say you are given a fresh system, and maybe your manager or your solution architect asks you to set up MDG. So end to end, what are the configuration required to set up MDG, to get your MDG system ready? That configuration we are going to see. So since it is a training environment, few things are already configured. We may not be able to see the things practically. Everything we cannot see, but few we can. But end of this unit, you will be getting some understanding of what is the baseline configuration to be done. So while I was setting up that new system, what I shown just now, it was set up by me. I have recorded because I can share it with you so that you know end to end what are the configuration to be done, that you can refer. And data modeling. So if you remember just now, I had shown in total 31 data models: material, business partner, finance, and the custom ones. So that is the core model whenever you would like to govern any master data that has to be there in the system. Just like, for example, in the backend, if you want to maintain the material master, the data is getting stored in the MARA, MARC, MARDE, all these tables. So that is one model. Similarly, in MDG also, we have a different model, data model, that we will see. We will have a walkthrough of the standard data models, and we will see how to create a custom data model end to end. There are two categories of data model: flex model, reuse model. We will see both. How to create a flex, how to create a reuse data model. And in most of the chapters, you will get the assignments also. Service mapping tool. There is a tool to map the data from MDG data model to underlying ERP or S4HANA data model. The purpose and everything, yeah, we will discuss in the regular classes. How to map that data between these two and how it is important. What are various ways to map the data? So everything we will see here. Data quality and check. The core principle of MDG is data quality, data consistency. So how we can achieve the data quality using MDG? There are various ways. We can implement the business rules. We can have some duplicate check kind of thing. Okay, validations, derivations, etc., etc. So we are going to discuss all those ways in this unit. And UI modeling. I had just shown you in NWBC how the MDG UI looks like. Those are the standard UI applications, and I had shown one custom UI application also. So we will discuss what are the UI technologies available in MDG, and we'll have a walkthrough of the standard UI applications and how we can get that UI application. First of all, how you can access, how users can access. There are roles, how the roles can be determined, how the roles can be assigned, how the role can drive the respective governance application. And we will see how to create an end-to-end custom UI application. So all those we are going to discuss. And in every chapter, in addition to the standard one, we will also see the extensibility, meaning the enhancement of the standard solution. Process modeling, one of the core principles of MDG. Workflows. So here in MDG, you can't directly create or change the master data. Okay. Let's say you want to create some material master. You go to MM01 transaction, you save the data, that's it, done. Now here in MDG, it's not like that. When you want to govern any master data, it has to undergo certain levels of approvals. In addition to that, at each level, there will be certain business rules. Once the business rules are successful, then only the data governance data can be taken to the next level. At this stage, workflow stage, there are various kind of activities, like you can send the email notification, you can determine the next level approver dynamically based on certain attributes, etc., etc. So all those things we are going to discuss in the process modeling chapter. This is the one of the biggest units in a overall MDG. It itself takes almost 3 to 4 weeks. And you can't imagine any MDG project without this process modeling customization. This is that much important. And data replication. So data replication is especially required in couple of contexts. We'll see what are they and what are the various ways to replicate our master data to other systems and why it is required. All those things we are going to discuss in the DRF, Data Replication Framework unit. Data import framework. You have the external data. How you can load that data into MDG? Why it is required to load? What are the various ways to load? How you can decide which data has to be loaded? How you can prepare the source file? Those things we will discuss in the DIF chapter. And extending MDG standard features. Yes, there are standard data models, user interfaces, standard SMT mappings, okay, standard classes. How you can extend those things as per the customer requirement. That will be discussed in this unit. MDG analytics and monitoring. So there is nothing we need to do here. We just need to know what are the standard reports or standard applications we have to get the analytics. That's it. And user experience with the Fiori. This won't involve the Fiori development. There are few Fiori applications called NWBC integrated Fiori applications in MDG and native Fiori applications. We will see what are they and what are the various roles required to access the Fiori applications. All those things we are going to discuss in this unit. And again, I am telling you, this is not the core Fiori or UI5 development. And data quality management. So we'll have a walkthrough or overview about data quality management. What are the various rules and how we can configure that, and how they can be executed, how they are useful. And the mass processing. What are the various ways to do the mass processing in MDG? How you can change multiple records at a time, how you can load multiple records. And consolidation, there is a tool called mass consolidation tool. We'll have a quick overview about mass consolidation tool, how it works, and what are the various configuration required. And we will discuss the project activities, what kind of projects we have in MDG, and in each project, what is the role of technical consultant, what is the role of functional consultant, what are the various activities you are going to perform in your project. And also we will have a walkthrough of the specification documents, project documents. I collect the documents from my real-time projects. Of course, I should not project the sensitive data. I should hide the sensitive data and share you the specification documents. We will have a walkthrough. Which documents are relevant for functional, which for technical, which for architects, everything we are going to discuss. And then the MDG certification guidance will also be provided. So these are covered as part of the certification guidance. How you can start with your certification, and what are the various subscription plans available and what are the differences. And I will assist you in selecting the proper subscription plan and how you can purchase. And before attempting the certification, you can attend some mock tests, and you can schedule the certification exam as many number of times as you wish, and how to start with the exam. And once the exam is finished, what are the next steps? So this will be covered as part of the certification guidance. This is the latest certification so far in MDG. This is the only one. See MDG 1909. And what are the highlights of the training? You get the training from the industry expert, real-time oriented training. I don't give you false promise like 100% we cover the real-time scenarios. We can cover the real-time scenarios up to 70 to 80% because since it is a training environment, we have certain limitations at the server level. Because of that reason, we can't execute all the scenarios as per the real time. But wherever it is not possible to show practically, I'll be sharing the required information with you. I will explain everything so that with that knowledge, you can be able to perform the tasks in the real time. In-depth explanation. So I'll try to explain as detailed as possible for every concept. So whenever I am discussing any topic, so this is what my approach. First, I will give you the background of that. Then what is the use of that and how it is useful in the real time. And we once we discuss the theoretical things about that particular topic, we'll see the scenario practically in the system. Then I'll be giving you the assignments on the topic. Topic to topic, few things might vary, but this is at high level, the flow while discussing about any topic which I follow. And the assignments, mostly wherever possible, you will get the assignments. Study materials, you will get the study materials, few by SAP directly, SAP standard documents, and you will get some documents prepared by me also. Wherever I feel like I can provide some clear, detailed information, yes, I will prepare that and will share it with you. So batch to batch, I keep enhancing the documents. So the new batch may not get the documents which were shared to the old batch. It might be enhanced a little. And interview questions, I'll share the interview questions, but not at the very beginning, at the end of the course only, because I had some experience in the past with few students. When I shared the interview questions, they were coming and say like these questions are not being asked in the interviews. So interview questions are just for your reference. It's not like you will get only these questions in the interviews. Okay, this is to understand how the questions can be framed and to assess your knowledge. That's it. We should not stick to these questions. You learn the subject, then you can be able to answer any kind of questions. So that is what I'm expecting from you. And we'll conduct the mock interviews and we'll assist you in the resume preparation. And we have a learning platform called Google Classroom. It's a Google proprietary tool, Classroom, that we will be leveraging for our training. I just customized that as per my requirement. And you will get the server access on S/4HANA 2022 throughout the course. Till the course end of the day, you will get the free server access. This is the learning model. The learning platform is Google Classroom, and quizzes will be conducted using Google Quiz Forms, and Q&A session will be using the Google Sheets, and the intermittent feedbacks will be received using the Google survey forms, so that if there are any gaps in the training or if there are any improvements needed, I can look into that. I don't want to wait till the end of the course to get the feedback. I want to get the feedback intermittently. And prerequisites to learn MDG. Who can learn MDG? Who cannot learn MDG? I mentioned three roles: technical consultant, functional, and techno-functional. So technical consultant mainly you will be doing the programming. So you will do the programming in ABAP. For that, you need to know the core ABAP. Not complete ABAP is required. Like you have script, smart form, module pool, etc., etc. All those things are not required. The basic data dictionary, basic reporting, how to create the function modules, how to call them, subroutines, all those things are sufficient. And the object-oriented ABAP, again, in-depth object-oriented ABAP is not required. Basic class interface creation and method creation, exception handling, calling the methods, all those things are required, inheritance, etc. Enhancements, user exit, customer exit also not required. You need to know the enhancement framework mainly. And the IDOCs, you should know everything about IDOC. And SOA services, it's nice to have. If you have the SOA service knowledge, that will be an added advantage. So if these are there with you, then you can work as a technical consultant. And then the functional one. So functional should have the domain knowledge or experience of any of these domains, either MM or SD or FICO or plant maintenance. You should know how to set up MM or SD, SD for business partner, customer, supplier, and FICO, GL account, cost center, profit center, etc. Plant maintenance. So this is for solution extension partners, the EAM objects and everything. You need to know how to do the configuration, and you need to know the business flow, everything for these domains. And the techno-functional, it is a combination of these two, the technical skill and the functional skills. So these are the prerequisite skills you need to have while learning this. If any of these are missing, I can't say like you can completely ignore this one. So while learning MDG, you can parallelly learn these things. But by the end of the course, you should have these prerequisites in your bucket. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to sustain in the real time. That is my advice. And of course, you must have some exposure to the SAP. You need to know how the SAP transactions work and how the SAP screens look like, how the SAP database tables look like. The basic knowledge is important because we are not going to cover any of these prerequisites in the training.
Hi Rahul.
Venkat, not Rahul.
Sorry. So
You might have attended different training.
yeah, no. Like custom data model, like I am adding the some central data to the some field, so you can cover these type of like assignments in the project related one.
So you mean the enhancements to the standard tables, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of.
that we will cover.
So in that, mostly in S4 HANA to we are replicating the through S4 HANA only, right? In this course.
It can be S4 HANA or ECC, but whatever you are learning, mostly that would be same either in ECC or S4 HANA,
Okay.
and irrespective of the version.
Okay, but in that course only S4 HANA or
Yeah,
we are going to.
we'll be working on S4 HANA.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Nowadays, mostly the customers are implementing S4 HANA.
Okay.
Soon SAP also going to stop supporting ECC.
And then, but I have knowledge of like some ABAP and object oriented, but I didn't have much on enhancement parts. So
Yeah, that you can brush up your skills. I will share you one YouTube playlist which covers the core prerequisites of MDG for ABAP. So you can go through that while you are learning the MDG so that you can improve your ABAP skills. Similarly, for functionals also, if you require any learning, I can share with you the required playlist or something. Any other questions from anyone? Okay, now let me walk you through the Google Classroom, how your learning platform is going to be. So this is the Google Classroom. You will be given access to a new tile here, August 2023 batch. Once you get into that one, this is the home page where you will see all the announcements and everything, the important information, the meeting invites, everything will be here. And where you can find the actual content is the classroom tab. So in this tab, we have different topics. So ABAP reference videos, like I said, I will be sharing the reference videos for those who don't have the complete ABAP skills required for MDG. You can go through these things, and it is in a sequence. You can refer to this Excel where I have all the videos to be referred. Now, assignments. So whatever the assignments are there, so all the assignments will be uploaded here. Next, the certification guidance. If there are any dumps, I will share the dumps, and the certification guide also will be here. Class notes. So when we are discussing the topics in the live classes, okay, the notes is updated here. So likewise, the live class notes will be prepared. So whatever we discuss in the regular classes, daily classes, everything is captured here. You will get all the things. This is the class notes. And course curriculum, whatever PPT I have shown, that is the course curriculum. And the daily agenda, this is one important thing. Whatever the topics we are discussing daily, that is updated here as a quick reference. For example, if we take some day 64, on day 64, what are the topics we have covered? On day 63, what are the topics we have covered? And on day 59, what are the topics we have covered? Likewise, you will get the quick understanding of what we have covered on each day.
అవును ఎన్ని ఎన్ని యాక్టివిటీ చేసి పోర్టల్
సరే చేసి పంపిస్తాను.
Okay, this is the daily agenda. Doubts clarification. So once in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we used to conduct a special doubts clarification session on the weekend. That will be for 1 hour or something. So most of the, sometimes you may not be able to ask everything in the regular classes, and you might be having different doubts, not only related to the topics and in general also. So for that reason, I conduct special classes on the weekend sometimes. So that doubts clarification session also will be uploaded here. You will access to them. And external materials, like I said, for functionals also, I share few documents, like these are for FICO and these are for BP and these are for MM. And the programs, so there is nothing here. So I want to remove this one because I updated everything in the study materials only. And the Q&A session. So there will be a sheet where you can post your queries and I will be answering that one. And quizzes, as to assess your knowledge, I used to conduct some quizzes. It's a form only. You can just provide your responses. And recorded sessions, once the class is completed on each day, that recording will be uploaded here in the classroom. You can directly access from here. I will mention like what are the topics covered in this session. I used to split the entire session into different parts so that it is easy for you to access the relevant topic. Instead of having the lengthy 1 hour video, I used to split it logically. Here the thing is, you cannot download the videos, but you can access the videos. The access for this classroom will be lifetime. Till the last batch, it was for 1 year, it was for 2 years. But since most of the people are asking to extend the access, I decided to have some common classroom, and I will give you the access there. So you will get the access for lifetime. This is the recorded sessions. And reference resumes, I will share the reference resume for techno-functional role and functional, technical, everything. You can use that. Server access, the server access also will be uploaded here. Each individual server access that will be shared privately. Specification documents, I haven't uploaded, but yeah, we have the specification documents. Sample specifications documents will be shared with you. Study materials. As and when we are discussing the topics, I will upload the source code and the relevant materials. You see, the presentations, everything will be uploaded. You can see your peers who are all there, part of this training. So everyone, you could see there are around 39 people in the last batch. And grades, once the assignments are completed, so you can see the grades also here. So this is your learning platform. FAQs, as we have covered, if you need to have the prerequisites or not, and then should I be able to work in the real-time project after the course completion? Yes, you can confidently work, but the thing is, like, you have to follow my guidance and you have to do the practice regularly. You have to learn the subject. Then only I can assure that you can really work in the real time. But of course, initially for a couple of months, you might struggle a little because it is a new area for you. Obviously, there will be slight difference in the real time environment and the training environment. And how can I practice the MDG tasks? Yes, I will be providing this server access, so you can practice there. And which version is used? S/4HANA 2022. And the Google Classroom access is for lifetime. And while you are practicing, if you got any doubts, how you can contact me. I'll be sharing you my number and the email address. You can reach out to me there. And the most important thing is, like, it's not like all the students are new to MDG. There are multiple students who are already having some experience on MDG and they want to excel their skills. So what I expect from the students is, when you are attending the training, when you are coming to the class, please come with a blank page kind of thing. You already having some experience and you know some advanced topics. You should not bring your advanced knowledge into the classes. Few people would like to show up something and few people would like to disturb the class. So I had that bad experience in the past batches. That's why I'm telling. When you are coming to the class, don't bring in your advanced knowledge. If you want to discuss that one, you call me separately and discuss. In the class, whatever the topic we are discussing, assume that you have only knowledge till that. That's it, simple. That way, you can help your fellows mates to not divert from the regular classes and you don't disturb the classes. If I find something something disturbance, then I will be definitely removing you from the class. This is my sincere request also. So that is the only expectation from the already experienced MDG people. Okay, so that's all about the demo today. Regular classes will be started from 17th August. So I will be sharing a Google form to register for the regular classes. If you are interested, you can register for the regular classes. The classes will be started from 17th August from morning 7 to 8 o'clock. Thank you again for attending the demo. If you have any queries, you can reach out to me on my number. You have my number. Thank you. Happy weekend. Bye-bye.